got the corner blocker?
Must be the money. It must be the money.
He got what it takes. He needs to be successful. He has what it takes to be successful. That's what he said. Quarterback. Hey, what does Shedeur need to prove? Minicamp is this weekend. Enough with the talk, enough with the draft stuff. Now it's time to put the pads on, at least the helmets on. Yeah. What Shedeur need to prove this weekend?
First chance on the field, right? That's the biggest thing. And first impressions are everything in the NFL.
That's right.
Especially when you are a late round draft pick. Yeah. Because you got to show out every single day you're there, and it don't always have to be on the field. How do you handle yourself in the building? How are you around your teammates? What do you do when no one's watching? How are you in meetings? How are you on the field? Are you staying out? All this stuff. The evaluation for the Browns really just started. The number one thing I got to see, and what I want to see, are you coachable? Can you take coaching? Do you have good body language in and off the field, right? Some people take coaching as unnecessary criticism, but that's not the case. It's called coaching. Don't get defensive, because you're going to get coached at this next level. In the NFL, I've had some of the best quarterback coaches in my life. They are going to coach you up. You're going to be taking snaps behind Dylan Gabriel. That's fine. But you need to be able to adapt. You need to take coaching criticism positive and have a good attitude about it. I don't think you're going to do anything to wow them on 2 days on the field, but do you do the small things right? It's the small details. It does not matter how you get there. And he looked happy, James, right?
Yeah,
he looked happy when he was going in. It's almost like, man, all this time, my journey, it's ended up here. And now I got a chance to go out and prove it. And Shady, we were talking about it yesterday. This is the best spot for him to see the field early, regardless of the minicamp. But right now, for me, it's the small steps. You got to prove that you're coachable. You got to prove that you got a chance to be a guy in the NFL. That's what I think.
I love that. What does he need to prove? That he's better than Dylan Gabriel. Period. Be better than the third-round pick. Prove it. I'll give it to y'all real. I love that Shedeur is in Cleveland because there's so many parallels. I was drafted in Cleveland as a 6th-round pick. There was a linebacker drafted in Cleveland as a 4th-round pick. 2 picks before me, same position. He played at Nevada, I played at Texas. I'm All-American, he's not. I tore my quad at the combine. I should have been better. Somehow I still got drafted after tearing my quad off the bone. Acho, prove at minicamp that you are better than he is. I didn't do it. Simple as that. I didn't do it. Season came around, 2012. Shady McCoy will remember this. Cleveland Browns opened the season versus the Philadelphia Eagles in 2012, September 6th. It was the first game of the season. Shady McCoy on the opposing sideline. I'm on the Cleveland sideline at the time. 2 rookie linebackers started that year. Emmanuel Acho was not one of them because Acho did not prove that he was better than the rookie linebackers drafted ahead of him. Yeah. I went to Texas. I was better out of high school. I was better in college. Shedeur was better out of high school in theory, maybe. He was better in college. It don't mean nothing like Chase just said. Prove you are better than the person at your position. I did not prove that I was better than the same rookie linebacker drafted ahead of me, nor the undrafted player, nor the player that was a redshirt player because he was on the Browns a year before, but he did not play. He was on practice squad. Shedeur, now's the time. Yeah. Shady thinks you're better than Dylan Gabriel. I think you're better than Dylan Gabriel. Chase thinks you're better than Dylan Gabriel. James Jones thinks you're better than Dylan Gabriel. I don't know if the Browns thought you were better than Dylan Gabriel because the Browns took Gabriel in the 3rd round. The Browns had a 2nd-round grade on you, so in theory, maybe they thought you were better, but it wasn't that much. Wasn't that much. So Shedeur has to now go prove to me. All I need to see him do this weekend, go prove you better than the kid that was taken ahead of you.
That ain't gonna be easy to do that.
So a lot of people think when you get into the National Football League, and I'm glad you had some really good quarterback coaches, but a lot of people think when you get into the National Football League, you're just getting this great coaching. You're not. You're not. A lot of these coaches that coach in the National Football League are friends of the head coach or friends. So it's not like you're just getting this great coaching. So hopefully you have some great coaches coming up too to prepare you. Because I've seen kids come in there, right, that weren't coached really good in college and came into the National Football League and didn't have a great coach, end up cut. Show your ability. Show your ability. What coaches do in the National Football League, teach you the playbook. They're phenomenal at teaching you the playbook. You're going to learn that. Show your ability. When I got to the Green Bay Packers, you had to learn every wide receiver position. They didn't just say James Jones, learn the Z. You had to learn all 4, the X, the zebra, the E. You had to learn all of them. I was tripping. I was tripping. Wrong route, but they was throwing it to me. And
Getting open.
Making plays, the ability. And when I came into training camp, Aaron Rodgers walked up to me, I hear you got hands, dog. Because that's what I showed in rookie minicamp, you know what I'm saying? And whether you like it or not, the veterans asked, who at the rookie minicamp looking like that? The veterans asked, they asked that. And Aaron walked up to me, I heard you was out there snagging them like that, and that let me know. And when me and him got on the field, he was throwing to me because he knew I had the ability. Show your ability. You are going to learn the playbook. They can teach you that. What they can't teach you is what you already got. So go out there these next 2 days and show your ability. Like, yeah, y'all took Brown in the third round. You see. You see.
I like that, Jay Jones. Listen,
Set the tone.
it's the first time they're going to see Shedeur Primetime Sanders on the field wearing that number 12 that everybody's buying that jersey. Did y'all know that? I'm going to say this real quick before I get into my take. I think he is the biggest star that Cleveland has ever seen since LeBron James. Think about it. He's talked about everywhere. Everywhere you go on social media, everywhere. He's talked about. We can't wait to see what he looks like. We're talking about a 5th-round draft pick potentially starting. I've never been on the show or even playing the league and we talk about a 5th rounder. Think about it. I turn the draft off after the 2nd round. 5th round?
Give me third at least.
And give me third at least. So that's just one point. Yeah. The second thing is, a lot of young kids always ask me, hey man, what should I expect from the league? Give me some advice. You know what advice I tell them? I say, listen, when you come into that locker room, be a great teammate, right? Be coachable. But the biggest thing is, whoever you thought you was in college,
that's it, right?
The swagger you had in college, bring that same thing to the pros.
No doubt.
Because all these superstars you see now, when they was a rookie, they probably wasn't that. They were trying to figure it out. Yep. Let me gel with the guys. No, you was a star then, you're gonna be a star now. Same thing with Muhammad Ali. He said, I've been a star. Just that, y'all didn't know that. Shador, you know you a star. You know you're a bad mother. You were coming in, this is rookie minicamp. This ain't really the big dogs. Yeah. You about to go face-to-face with Dylan, Gabriel, the guy that everybody wasn't even talking about. We always talk about Shador being number 1 draft pick or number 2 behind Cam Ward. It happens you win 5th round. We all know what happened with that. So, when you go on there minicamp, be coachable, and don't peak too soon, because it's going to surprise you to see how bad these other guys are. That was the first when I got to my rookie minicamp. I'm like, yo, it's the NFL? These guys ain't even that good.
True.
And then you start carrying yourself a little loose now, because you know I'm better than you. Yeah. I don't want you to do that. I want you to stay professional, stay good, stay coachable, because you're going to see how much different you are from Dylan.
Well, and that's a great point, because you obviously played for Andy Reid, multiple teams. I played for Andy Reid. His whole thing, what was it, Shady?
Let your personality show.
And let your personality show. But it was always be you. It was on the back of his. So don't change. This is a situation, though, I don't know if Shedeur can just be you right away. You'd sort of have to, like Shady said, stay in line, be coachable, do this, show out on the field. So I do think he's going to be a little uncomfortable because he's never had to really act that way. He's never really had to do that. And he's always been a good teammate. You talk to any of his teammates. He's been a good teammate. But why did he get drafted where he got drafted? People thought he was hard to deal with, regardless, right, wrong, and different. That's just what it was. So I think it's a fine line of hey, that's why I think almost work in silence, man. Like put your head down, because the playbook's gonna be hard. They can teach you it, but it's way different, this playbook, than Pat Shermer's playbook at Colorado. So he has to get in there and work his tail off. I'm excited. I mean, I think that eventually down the road, if stuff doesn't work out, you could be looking at that.
Can I ask you real quick though? So, and I hear that, and this is not the veterans. I ain't gonna say big dogs. There's no big dogs on that offense, for real, especially in the quarterback room. But when you going head to head with Dylan, right? And we already know each other from college, and you know what's up with me. When you see him first throwing the ball and practicing all that, you're gonna be my confidence can go through the roof. But what I'm saying is, I want that confidence to be out the roof, but still be easy though, because you already got the stigma on you. They already got the don't press.
But not only that,
don't press.
Dylan Gabriel's not the goal. The goal is Pickett and Joe Flacco.
Well, he is right now.
Baby steps.
Correct.
He is right now. No. But he's not gonna see Flacco. He's not gonna see.
I know they're not.
He's gonna see Dylan face to face.
But I'm saying I agree with you, because Dylan Gabriel's not the. So don't see Dylan Gabriel and be like, I'm way better than him. Start reading your press clippings. You know what I'm saying?
But here's my other thing though, Jay, is
even if he's way better than
he is way better. He still got to be you.
He still has to be him though.
That's my point.
And the third round pick gets all the chances.
It's almost 2-5. I remember watching the Olympics, G, and I remember watching the high jump. And the high jump, you can choose what height you want to come in at, right? Some people are yo, 5'10" is too short for me. I'm gonna come in at 6'5". I'm not gonna tire my legs out jumping at 5'10". Let me just go in at 6'5". Some people that can jump 7'6", 7'4", I'm not going to come in at 6'5". I'm going to wait till 6'8". I don't want to tire my legs out doing all this
100%.
nonsense. The dilemma is, I don't know if y'all watched the Olympics most recently, there was one specific athlete who didn't even clear opening height because they thought, I don't even need to worry about this height. I'm going for 6'8". And then you come in at 6'8" and you don't even clear opening height. So now you get a did not finish. You don't even mark. My concern for Shedeur is, don't look so much at Flacco and Pickett that you don't even clear the opening height of Dillon Gabriel. Because make no mistake, I do not believe that Dillon Gabriel is better than Shedeur.
Most people.
No doubt about it.
It don't matter what we think.
But what the hell y'all think Dillon Gabriel doing, y'all? He ain't no slouch. He's
working.
He ain't no bum either.
Yeah.
Like, with all due respect, he played quarterback in college. Give him his credit. With all due respect, he got drafted. Give him his credit. With all due respect, he wasn't All-American this year. Give him his credit. With all due respect, he was a Big Ten Player of the Year. Give him his credit. He ain't no slouch. He ain't no cat playing at DeVry University. He ain't playing at ITT Tech. Like, give him his credit. So while Shedeur's camp is sitting here praising Shedeur as they should be, we're praising Shedeur as we should be. Gabriel trying to make a team too. Gabriel has had success at the UCFs, at the Oregons, at the Oklahomas. Gabriel's had success as well. So my advice for Shedeur is, understand Flacco is the ultimate, Pickett is the ultimate, but don't look so far ahead of them that you forget you got to clear opening height first.
So far, I mean, you act like it's so far up there.
No.
Because they ain't, none of them losers up there like that.
Neither is Shedeur, though. Not at this point. You know what I mean?
But Mario, they on the same boat.
No, I don't agree with that.
Even the Dillon stuff, like we talking about him now.
I don't think they're on the same
This is
boat.
the first time I've heard you mention him.
Of course.
And you do a lot of film study.
Of course.
This is the first time I heard you talk about Dillon.
No, we have to, because he got drafted in
It's a
the third round. Yeah.
All right.
Update the
So
information.
I'll just say this, and I ain't even gonna argue about it. I don't know that much how good he really. I watched some tape on Oregon. I don't even know a lot of good Oregon quarterbacks. They all be okay until they get to the pros, and they don't be that good. Mariota was what? Where was he? He was
number 2 overall pick.
Chip Kelly wanted to give up the whole team for him.
did.
So he found out that he really wasn't that good either. I'll just say this though. Dillon is minicamp for the rookies. So Dillon, I don't see him being a big matchup. I think by, I don't know, maybe the second preseason game, I think Shedeur will take over his job because people felt like before they came out of college that Shedeur was a better quarterback. Okay? Everybody felt like that. But now we're gonna let these draftees make a big deal.
No, we're not.
Cool, but okay, that's one part. The second part is we look at the Kenny Pickett. He's probably gonna be the second in command. I love Kenny Pickett. I love him, but right now, him and Shedeur, I don't know if it's like a crazy big gap. I think Shedeur's not better than him right now. He's a rookie, right? He just got there. He ain't even had an NFL practice yet. But that's not a big gap. And then the main guy, the guy, when you play Mortal Kombat, you go all the way to the top, is Flacco. If you telling me, if I'm a rookie, right, and I got to prove myself, and the main guy got to beat out eventually is Flacco, I'm going to take all my money in my pocket. I'm going to bet that.
I just think in respect to Dillon Gabriel, before we go, he's a third-round pick. He's going to get every benefit of the doubt. Shedeur's not getting the benefit of the doubt. And I think we're inflating the play of Shedeur. He went in the 5th round, right? Like, it's a second, third-round talent, but he went in the 5th round. You got to work for everything as a 5th-round pick. 5th-round quarterbacks, we've talked about this ad nauseum, get cut all the time. You, as Dillon Gabriel, he's going to be walking out there the entire rookie minicamp taking the ones. Like, he gets the benefit of the doubt because they drafted him first. Shedeur was an afterthought for them, and they're like, oh, 5th round, Andrew Berry. It's Andrew Berry said it. Hey, deep discount, might as well take him. You know, now Shedeur's chance to prove them wrong.
So we see him side to side. Because Chase. Because
Shedeur
you right, though, Chase. You right. 3rd rounder, you go first.
Of course.
5th rounder, you go second. Cool, coach, you right.
Show your ability.
Till we see them face to face next to each other. You go first, you throw that pass, and I throw that pass.
I think the games are going to matter more than anything.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.